Optional chaining is one of the features that was approved by the TC39 committee for the ES2020 spec. Optional chaining allows us to access deeply nested properties and objects without worrying if they exist or not. In this video, we're going to show you how to use them and what it is. So if you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. So let's jump in. So, as I said in the intro, so the optional chaining lets us basically check deeply nested values exist, and instead of failing as it usually would in JavaScript, we can just return undefined. So I think we're going to use this sample here around getting some users' details to show you how this is even a problem or the error that would happen, and then how optional chaining can fix it. So in this example, we have a function which we're trying to fetch a user's country by user. And if the country isn't there, we want to say no country has been chosen. Okay, and then we're console logging the country out here. So at the moment you can see it's Ireland. Okay, so what happens if we delete the country though? So say the user hasn't actually set up that part of the profile yet. Cool, no country chosen. Nice. Okay, so what happens then if they don't have an address? Oof, error. Can't read property country of undefined. So because address doesn't exist, the .country is no longer available, so our app crashes. So what will happen here is sometimes you might want to do like a check, or how we would usually fix this is we would say, if we're not sure that the object will be there, we would say if user.details .address, then we can check for that. Or we can return no chosen country. Let's see if this fixes it. Okay, so that fixes that. And then what happens if we delete the details completely? Oh, breaks again. So we need to put in another check. So we'll have to say if the user dot details and the user dot details dot address exists, then we can do our check for the country, and if that's undefined, we can return no country. So let's save that, and we get no country chosen. Okay, awesome. Now a slightly easier way would be if we could just get an undefined value. So if we use optional chaining, we can get rid of this, we can get rid of this. I'm going to just tab that back in, and we could say if the user details, so it's an optional thing, it might not be there, and the address might not be there, and the country might not be there. And what will happen here is it will return undefined if any of these values don't exist. So that makes it a lot easier. So we don't have to do all these checks to see if the objects are there. And now we could put back in the details and the address and the country, and we'll put back in Ireland, and we get that. So as you can see, it's a very simple way to say that we want to check to see if something exists or not. Now we don't need to do the checks on each and every value along the way. So I think that's a really helpful tip. So if you found it useful, Make sure you like and subscribe, because there'll definitely be plenty more like this. And until next time, happy coding.